Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Contracts Unfolded. So in the last video we covered the limitation of liability clause. Now continuing our clause breakdown series, today we will be talking about the representations and the warranties clause. So let's begin. So first let's understand what is a representation clause. So a representation is a statement, or rather a statement of fact that are said by one party to the another before the signing of the contract, so the other party can believe those facts and sign the contracts. So these are basically the statements which one party says to the other to induce the other party to enter into the contract or sign the contract. Now let's look at some of the common example from various type of industries and see how the representation or how these statements looks like. In an investment or share purchase agreement, a founder may represent that the company is duly incorporated, there are no pending litigation against the company, and the financial statement that has been presented to the investor is accurate and true. Now, based on these statements, the investor can decide whether he wants to invest in the company or not. Similarly, in a real estate transaction, the seller may say that he holds the true title of the property and there are no encumbrances or third party claims upon the property, so that the buyer can decide whether he wants to buy the property or not. And similarly, in a software licensing agreement, the software company may represent that it holds all the intellectual property rights in the software, and by granting the license they are not violating any other type of agreement, so that the customer can ultimately decide whether they want the license of the software or not. So again, in simpler terms, representations are facts, can be present or past, which are basically said to influence the other party to sign the contract. Now let's have a look what happens when these representations turn out to be false in the future. What are the consequences? Now, depending on the contract and the law in existence, the other party may terminate the contract, can claim for damages, or even rescind the contracts, meaning it can treat the contract as it was never signed by the parties. Because representations are about trust at the time of entering into the contract, and if later the other party finds out that trust was based on false facts, then the law provides the remedies, which we normally or usually called as misrepresentation of facts. Now let's have a look at what is a warranty clause. So warranty is a promise which says certain facts are true and will remain true throughout the time of the contract, and certain obligations will be fulfilled throughout the time of the contract. Now, if representation is about influencing your decision to enter into the contract, warranties are about providing you the ongoing assurances. Let's have a look at some of the common examples of a warranty clause. In a sales of good contract, the seller may provide you a warranty that the product will be free from defects for a period of 12 months once the sale happens. Now, if the product get any defect before that period, then you as a buyer can claim a repair, can claim a replacement, or can even claim a refund from the seller. Similarly, in a service agreement, the service provider may warrant that the service will be provided in a professional manner and the services will be free from any third party claims. Now, if later you as a client finds out that there was a misconduct or a negligence during the performance of the services, then you can claim a breach of warranty. And at the same time, if you find out that a third party claim has come to you because of the use of the services, then again you can claim a breach of warranty from the service provider. Now let's see what are the consequences if a warranty is breached. So the usual remedy is a claim for damages, but a contract may also specify that for a breach of warranty, the other party can ask for indemnification, it can ask for a repair or a replacement, it can ask for the refund of the entire fees or the entire sum paid by it. There is just one thing to note here, that unlike representation, you do not automatically get the right to resign the contracts in case there is a breach of warranty. If you want to opt such kind of option, then it has to be clearly labeled or clearly mentioned out in your termination clause. Now let's talk about the importance of representation and warranty clause, because in most of the contracts these clauses appears together as the service provider represents and warrants. So why do we write such clauses, or what is the importance of these clauses? So the first importance is that it builds transparency between the parties, because due to the reps and warranties clause, the parties are forced to disclose some facts to the other party. The other advantage would be the risk allocation. Because of the representation and warranty clause, and because of the indemnification and the limitation of liability clause attached to the breach of representation and warranty, we clearly see who will pay the risk and how much risk shall be paid by that party. So this was all for this video. To quickly summarize or to conclude, representations gives you the protection before entering into the contract, and warranties gives you the protection once you are part of the contract. So if you find this video helpful, consider subscribing this channel and sharing this video with someone who works with contracts or wants to work with contract. Thank you so much for your time.